What's going on, guys? Just finished eating. That is indeed perfect timing. What is going on? What up, DJ? 10 invites to the cosmos. Let's go. Joey, I saw your question. I think we'll talk about like overall macro view of the market, and I think that will answer most of that. I do think it's possible that I guess I'm answering it right now, but I do think it's possible that we have like another leg down from a macro perspective, but that doesn't mean it's just going to go like this. Like if this is where we're going to go, we could go like this, we could go like this, we could go like this, and it's a little hard to say. I do think some equity market side of things look a little worrisome. Like inflation obviously is getting out of hand, but it's been out of hand for a little while, and these things don't need to be resolved right this second, and they might just keep printing and not address inflation for all of 2022. All right, like who knows exactly what it's going to be, or for the first like 2 quarters, and we end up getting something like this for a little while, and then we have our next leg down. Obviously not in a straight line, but you get the idea. I think people sometimes share their macro views on Twitter, and then other people will think like, oh, that means we're going straight there, and so people sell their spot because they're like, I'm buying it back at 30 instead of riding this and then selling their spot because they still have that macro bearish view and then buying their spot back. Something like that. I hope that kind of explains some of it. Real quick, before we get started, I know I kind of already jumped into a question, but before we get started with the official stream, shout out to Bybit, the sponsors of this video. If you would like to support, feel free to check out their link down below. By doing that, you basically support the streams, and they continue to be free on a regular basis. There should be lo-fi in the background. Can you guys not hear it? Is it too quiet? I'll turn it up a little. And there is that there's that link from DJ. So, all right, let's zoom in a little bit though. Well, I mean, I still think the high time frame. What's up, Humphrey? That's my guy. We hung out last week. I think the structure looks like we're ready for a bounce. It does look similar to this, and I kind of am expecting a move up into this daily supply as a minimum. It doesn't mean we're going to move in a straight line there, right? We could do something like this and consolidate here, but I do think we push up to at least 46, 47K. If we're able to flip this daily supply, I think we go back towards these range highs, and you could even draw a range on these levels. And you can see the mid-range is right around that daily supply as well. So that's a little extra confluence there. So if I'm looking to play bounces or to play longs, and even if you are trading a different coin, you're long on a different coin, when Bitcoin gets at these resistance levels, you can look to de-risk on your other positions. So these are the two main areas of interest I'm looking at on Bitcoin as far as a bounce goes right now. Increase in funding and decrease in OI. Is it safe to anticipate lower prices or the opposite? I don't really use OI much, so that would probably be a better question for someone else. What's up, Stacked Labs? We in a bull market now? Stacked Labs did call the bottom. Shout out, Jared. But if I am playing bounces, like I said, those are kind of my two higher time frame levels I'm looking at on Bitcoin. So around 47K and around 52K. And I did kind of post a tweet. It was like half a joke. Actually, it wasn't really a joke, but it was, I guess you could say, like half sarcasm. I don't think it'll be exactly like this, but I think something along these lines is definitely a possibility, where everyone is like, all right, I'm macro bearish, I'm selling my spot, I'm shorting, I'm looking to get back in later, and then we flip this resistance. We come to this one, everyone's like, okay, I'm a short here. We flip that resistance. We get up here to around 60K, and they're like, okay, I'm bullish again, and then that coincides with our next leg down. Like, I think that is entirely possible, and I think this move up could be fueled by people who are like, okay, I panic sold down here because everyone was telling me we're going into a bear market, and now we have this huge bounce, and then people start just FOMOing back in, trying to get their exposure back on, but little do they know, they're kind of FOMOing back in at the wrong time. Always sell support, right, guys? That's exactly it. I'm just kidding. If there are new people here, I don't want to say that. Don't sell support. So that's kind of the overview with Bitcoin. I do think you can play some bounces on Bitcoin. I don't think, like, if you want I don't think something like this is a horrible idea. I know it's not the highest leverage trade. I think we can get, the highest risk to reward. I think we can get a better entry zooming in a little bit. But so what I want to see is the level or the candle that led to our break-in structure, to our breakout, right? This candle right here, this green candle, is what gave us a break-in market structure. So the last bit of selling leading up to that is our demand level. So this is our 4-hour demand level that I will be interested in building a position around. If you zoom in even more, right about in the middle of that is our hourly demand. In the higher time frame demand, the stronger it is, but you can refine your levels by zooming in a little bit. So I would be interested in bidding Bitcoin somewhere around here. I think you could put a stop there, but I typically like to play things a little more conservatively. So I would likely put my stop loss below this low. And then we'll be targeting this 47K region. So a possible trade setup that I would be interested in taking on Bitcoin, which is a 3.4 risk to reward trade, would be something like this. Look for bids around 42K. Stop loss around 40.5K. And targeting 46 to 47K. I think you could play it with a stop like here, but that just feels a little bit too aggressive for my taste. Do I think the 3 tap is in place after we hit 46K? I definitely think that could still happen. Do something like this, range a lull, push up, come down, 3 tap that, and then, I mean, maybe not that high, maybe to like here, so ignore this, but yeah, I think something like that is entirely possible. Nice, that was everything we needed. Have a great day, see ya. But yeah, so that's kind of how I would look to structure a leverage trade around here. Arthur is the devil incarnate. Thoughts on Arthur's new Medium post? I said this on Jared's stream, but I really liked what Light Crypto said in response to Arthur's tweet, and I kind of agree. 2 months and 40% too late. Basically saying that, all right, you're spewing out all this super bearish stuff at us now, but we just nuked 43%, and now people are talking about how bearish they are. I don't think you sell your spot now at 42K looking for another 42% drop. So, interesting article. Sure, there might be some more some turbulence for crypto coming up, as there also could be for equities. But who's to say that doesn't happen until September, all right? Let's say that happens in Q4 of 2022. Why can't we do something like this, and then we get a massive dump? And people will be like, haha, I told you. I told you inflation was bad. Now look at this 40% drop. And then it'll be like, cool, bro. You were sitting in spots since 40K, or sitting out of spots since 40K. Yeah, I did see, so he did also apologize because Arthur did write an article earlier in the year near the top. So, like, nice job to Arthur for being bearish 2 months ago-ish, like somewhere in November. And sure, like, yes, some of his views have information behind them. Arthur's not an idiot. However, just because all that is going on doesn't mean this is just going straight down. Wow. Look how fast I can do it. That's a cool new tool. Thanks, Goldbird. Right, so like, yes, inflation's absolutely an issue. But why can't we do something like this? Hit 80K, and then we have a massive nuke because of interest rates and inflation and all that good stuff going on in the equity market. You know? So that's kind of my take on the whole thing. I think there are concerns in the equity market. However, that doesn't mean we have to nuke right now. What did I do before trading? I was a college student. And I've been doing crypto stuff since I graduated college. What do I think about Polkadot? So you're 40 now? Before crypto, I was a professional Little League baseball player. No, I am 24. So I've been doing crypto for like 5 years. So what do I think about I sound 40? Well, it's funny that you say that because I think I look young for 24 because I get carded everywhere I go. And it's some BS. So maybe if they just listened to my voice, they wouldn't card me. Literally everywhere. I went and grabbed some food with my buddy Jamie, who's in the chat sometimes, and one of our other friends. We all order a drink, and I'm the only one that they card. I'm not mad about it or anything, but, you know, I kind of am. It's just some BS. Anyway, it is what it is. I will be 24 for about a year. So, all right. So that's kind of my take on the whole macro thing. Like, yes, there are concerns. Yes, inflation is out of hand. However, it's been out of hand for a while, and it doesn't mean we're nuking right from here. Can you send Soul up? What up, Ceylon? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I know in the Boogle chat you guys were talking about how some people pronounce it like way wrong, and I hope I'm not one of them. Because then you're probably all in there right now making fun of me while I'm streaming, so I can't even see. But no, appreciate you tuning in. I actually think Soul doesn't look bad. So we will actually talk about this next. So just like we were talking about that 4-hour demand level for Bitcoin, I'm kind of using the same thing here, where I'm looking for the last bit of selling before the break in structure, and that is this level right here. We dipped into this demand level and then ripped from there. There might not be a ton of stop losses left in that area from October. However, I think people would still be breakout trading this low or things like that. So I still think there is importance with that low. And now we've come down, taken out that low into the rest of that demand level, held the demand level, and now I'm looking for us to push back up. I think the obvious target here would be the yearly open and this weekly SR. And actually, I wonder if we are within even a higher time frame. I think the daily level looks about right. This 3-day candle actually looks solid though. You can see that it's respecting this level on a closing basis. That doesn't close till tomorrow, but still. I've said this before, but you have a good podcast voice, and then Jared says, yeah, he should do a podcast with somebody. That's actually part of me and Jared's 2021 goal. Jared, I actually thought of another great name for a podcast, but it would require you to buy a Boogle, which is Ceylon is in here, so I know he'd be happy about that. 2022. Yeah, but that is one of the things we'd like to do. Good advice from Cause right there. We want Rex Proof. Rex Proof, should I call him right now? He's been sick though. I think it would be funny to call him sometime while I'm on stream, because it's been so hard to get him to stream with me. So I feel like it'd be funny if I just like force him to stream with me if I'm just calling him. Oh yeah, Abe Trade is also gonna be featured on stream soon. I should stream with him this Thursday actually. Alright, but let's continue talking about Soul. Yeah. Direct Proof's got a lot to catch up on. So, like I was saying, I think the obvious target for a bounce is around the yearly open and the weekly SR, around 170 to 175. It does seem like there is some bidding going on in this daily demand level. We kind of started to form a range right here, and it looks like we've taken out that low. Might come down into this 4-hour demand and then push up. I might actually look for a long in this level. It coincides nicely with this low, and it's within a higher time frame level, which is our daily demand. So I think something like this would be a solid setup on Soul. All right. Ceylon, I'm gonna DM you really quick. Alright, so that's the idea with Soul. Do want to talk about Ethereum as well. I mean, here's the thing, guys. Literally everything is coming into high time frame demand. For Ethereum, we have 3-day demand. Really nice reaction. I know this is a huge level, but that's why we try and zoom in a little bit and find entries. Sorry, I got distracted. So, Ethereum, like, everyone's getting super bearish. I mean, I guess today they're probably bullish because we now have seen one green daily candle. But, sentiment was absolutely terrible yesterday with this down candle. And, like, we are literally into high time frame support all across the board. And also, if we wanted to refine this level even more to just the daily demand, that caught it pretty nicely with the retest of that level. Will I post this stream as a video after I finish? Yes, I will. And I'll try and do it right after this time. Sometimes I forget. Yeah, we can take a look at funding quick. funding is very negative across the board. Like I'm bullish here. I don't see a reason to be bearish right now. I think the time to be bearish was a while ago. And like that doesn't mean we can't get a little bit of a pullback like we're kind of looking for here. I might end up bidding the top of this demand level if it is showing some strength, but yeah, overall I do think we see more upside. So AVAX, a little messier. I'm gonna try and make some sense of this though. The cool thing about AVAX versus other coins, like it's shown some incredible strength because you have this low right here on Bitcoin, this on Ethereum, and here it is on AVAX. And it's basically putting in a higher low compared to these other ones. So AVAX has shown a ton of strength. I do think it is one of the stronger coins out there right now. However, I don't have as clean of a read in terms of the current price action. I do think this level is pretty clean right here. And honestly, like, it was this range high, so like important level right there. And then also held as support here twice, resistance there. Like I think that is the most important level right now on this AVAX chart, and I would be bullish if we can flip that. I think it's probably more likely we range a little bit underneath here, but once that level does get flipped, I expect some upside. I'm just not sure what the best way is for me to get long in the meantime. Let's see if we can, where our weekly open is and stuff. I mean, we do have Monday's range right here. So if we break out of that, that would be a good sign. However, it'd be a little tricky because then you're kind of just buying right underneath this resistance. So I will more than likely let AVAX play out, excuse me, play out a little bit without hopping into anything too soon. But it does, sorry if you guys can hear my phone vibrate. Let me silence that or move it to the other side of my desk. So like I'll keep an eye on this, but I don't really have any trade setups in mind right now. Any books or resources you'd recommend for trading and economic outlook, or are you more of a pattern recognition kind of guy? I did the most of my learning in trading from like a lot of trial and error stuff there, but right now like there's a ton of good free resources out there. Crypto Cred has a ton of great free content. A bunch of guys do streams, free streams on a consistent basis, like myself, Trader Main, Trader SZ, CBS, Cold Blood Shill. So there's a lot of good content out there. I was just never really discovered any like straight up books that help me with trading. There are good books when it comes to the like more emotional side of trading. I can't remember what it was called. I think it's by someone Douglas. Maybe that's not it. Let me ask Jared really quick. Mark Douglas, is that? Yeah, Trading in the Zone. Ninja Scout, Trader XO, all good guys. And they all do free streams. Trader SZ is good, but he hates everyone. And then if you're more into reading, my friend Adam has a really great, completely free blog. There is some paid content if you'd like to take it a step further, but that's like up to you, and you get a really good understanding of, yeah, there's his supply and demand one that DJ just linked. So yeah, and like if you see the supply and like see me talk about supply and demand stuff, I could try and explain it, but I feel like Adam's already laid it out in such a detailed and well thought out manner that it doesn't really make sense for me to replicate it. So I would recommend checking out those resources, and then it just kind of comes down to time. I'm not a fan of like, I don't really shill many paid things. I do think like a paid group, if you need more or want more one-on-one support, I do think there is a need for that, I guess, for some people. Like if you're really busy and kind of want more like detailed, structured support, Adam's trading blueprint is good if you'd rather read stuff, and Rect Proof's paid group is one of the best I've ever been a part of. I don't think Cred has any Patreon stuff. His paid group is insane value. However, there is a long wait list for it right now. Which DJ I've been meaning to... I do like The Haven as well. The Haven, Rect Proof, I don't really keep up with many others. I don't know Paragon. I've never been inside of Welsh, is that what it is? Welsh, WWG. So I can't really offer my opinion on that. Like I'm in the Haven and I'm in Rect Proof's group, so like I can offer more of an opinion because I see how they operate and stuff. Aren't there too many members? No, there's too many people on the wait list. Yeah, there's like thousands of people on the wait list, but I want to say there's like 300 or 400 people in the actual group. BitBoy Crypto, please leave. I'm just kidding. Cred is credible. No, I'm talking about crypto cred. I mean, they both. Credible Crypto has a paid group. I haven't seen the inside of that one in like over a year, so I don't know what's happening in there right now. Crypto Cred has a lot of free content and no paid group. When is Trader Cause paid group coming out? Your insane value, my boy. I don't think ever, to be honest. You guys like my TA? Gecko aficionado. Alright, let's move on. More? Looks accurate. Hey, crypto Twitter gurus be like... And then the move happens and they're like, called it. Join my paid group. What mouse do I use? I have the Logitech MX Master 2S. All right, FTM. FTM is one of the coins I'm going to be focusing on more this year. Is that an NFT? I should mint that. It's shown some solid strength as well. I wanted to get long here around the yearly open. Never really got around to it. But I am bullish on FTM. I think it's one of the more undervalued L1s. Probably the most undervalued L1. Why is this not working? There we go. That just looks messy now. I was talking about it on Jared's stream. My guy, Money with Carter, wrote a great article. You can find it in his Twitter bio. And where is it? Here we go. He talks about FTM. Blood bought 500k FTM. I don't know who Blood is. Oh wow, this is good stuff, DJ. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to agree. You know, it'd be funny if I upload this to YouTube and it like automatically takes this or one of my other crazy drawings as the thumbnail. People are like, "What does this guy even talk about?" Oh man, that would be hilarious. I look at funding, I don't look at OI much. Funding is basically my way of gauging sentiment because funding is calculated based off positions that people are in. When more people are long, funding is positive. That means you have to pay to be long. When more people are short, funding is negative. That means you need to pay to be short or you get paid to long. So that tells me that more people are short right now than they are long, and I disagree with that. So that's how I use funding. Tweet that and comment price just respects my lines, paid group link here. And then it can be like one of those links that takes you to some like website where it's just an image and some guy's like flipping you off and he says psych. Why would people be paying to short right now? That's a good question. I'm also wondering, wasn't that time a while ago? I agree 100%. Does the weekly SFP concern me? I mean, sure, that's an ugly candle. But like, I don't know, it's tricky. I don't like to make decisions based off of how a candle looks. Because like sometimes a lot of our best days or weeks are after a horrible looking daily or weekly candle. So that's not like a complete turn off for me. Luna is another one. I think it's shaping up for a pretty clean setup here. We have this SR level. I want to say it's like a daily. Yeah. Look how clean this daily SR level is. Respected on a closing basis here. Support for 2 days. Broke down. Resistance. Super duper clean. So, if we can get above it, I'd be looking for longs targeting the yearly open. Completely agree. My wife has this candle that is all lopsided and gross looking. Smells delicious though. Love that. Adam, one of the strongest coins around. Shout out to Adam because we are making money on Juno. Juno has been killing it. Why the yearly open on Luna? I like to mark the yearly open on all my charts. Sometimes I'm just too lazy. Don't mention Juno. Okay. I don't want it to pump, so. Don't really have a setup right now for Atom, but one of the strongest coins in the ecosystem, and it's high up on my watch list for that reason. You guys have been wanting to see one. Alright, let's take a look. First of all, holding up well. I will say that. Above the weekly open and Monday's high. Bullish. I would say roughly 32 cents is what is capping price right now. And I wouldn't really be interested in longs unless we get above that, because I think you're kind of like longing right under resistance. But I do think if we can get above that, this is a nice flip of Monday's high. But I mean, I just can't long this because it's like, all right, my stop loss probably has to be there and my target's here. That's like a 0.6 risk to reward trade. 0.8. So, like, it looks more bullish than a lot of other coins. I just don't have much I can do right here with my system. Share that Spaceman BTC free key level. I'm pretty sure this one's free. Any thoughts on Shadow? I haven't been tracking it closely enough. So this indicator just marks things that I use and would typically use myself. So that just speeds it up. Like if I'm looking at let's say I'm looking at a clean chart and I want last week's range, I'm gonna go to a weekly chart. I'm gonna mark the high and low of last week. I'm gonna do my weekly range. I'm gonna go to the daily, or I could go to like the 4 hour. I'll put my session breaks on. I'll be like, all right, today's Tuesday. Here we have Monday's range. I'll mark that. I'll go to the weekly. I'll be like, all right, this is our weekly open. Go to the monthly. Be like, all right, this is our yearly open. And then now I have some levels on there that I typically like to work with. So I don't use these levels because they're a part of this indicator. I use these levels because they've been a part of my system for a while, and this just speeds things up. So now you can see it's basically highlighting everything I just marked. So it just speeds things up, essentially. Matic, super bullish. I actually longed some of this yesterday, but didn't post about it. I closed it, but like these are the coins I want to be paying the closest attention to. And that can help you a lot after a drop. Because it's like, all right, if I know what coins I think are the strongest right now, that's what I want to catch on a rally. And like FTM and Matic are both up like 13-14%. Don't have much of a setup for it now though. It's got to cool off. Couple other things I've gotten into. Butterfly. I was actually able to buy some of this just under 2,000. Very lucky timing on that dip. This is a coin that you stake and you get rebase rewards every 8 hours. And Money with Carter also talks about it. Where does he talk about it? In his article, as a way to play the curve wars. So I recommend you check that out. I'll even link the article in here because I thought it was good and explains things really well. And so I am choosing to stake some butterfly as a way to play and get exposure to the curve wars. My major in college was finance. Near almost came back and retested this range low that we were looking at. But missed. That would have been a killer long opportunity if it like swept this and then reclaimed. Is what it is though. It's just been pumping straight up ever since. I don't think it's worth entering a long up here. But if it comes back down and retests this range, also, if you guys watch my streams a lot, this was literally one of my like bread and butter setups. Where you establish a high, range low, take out the range low, take out the range high, and then eventually break out of that range. So that was pretty clean. But I did not trade that. Well, yeah, if I was looking to get some exposure to this, I think you at least need to wait for either a pullback to around 16.5. We have a lot of structure around there. Or consolidate around here for a bit. I don't know if you guys remember, but last week I was talking about this project, LinksDAO, about how they're trying to buy a golf course and bridge together the golf community and... Wait, why are you guys saying bye to DJ? Oh, he said he's got to go. Bye, DJ. When we first talked about these, the floor was like 0.2, so they've more than 4x'd. And then the floor price for the global memberships, they were at like 0.7, 0.8, and now they're at 2.5, 2.6. So pretty exciting stuff that they have working on. Apparently Steph Curry bought into it, and so I think that's why they generated some hype recently. But I haven't taken a ton of Ethereum NFT plays recently, but I thought this was too cool of an idea to pass up. So last week or whenever I talked about it, either on stream or I know I tweeted about it and talked about it in my Discord, and I'm pretty sure there was a stream where we talked about it as well, but I bought 2 of those global memberships. Pretty cool idea. Trying to think what other things I wanted to talk about. Bullish on Juno. Thinking if there was any other NFT stuff. What about DeFi Kingdoms? Bullish. No problem. Taytran Banan. Any good Soul NFT projects? I posted in my Discord that I thought baby dragons and dragon eggs were a really great buy, around 25 to 30, which is where they were kind of sitting at. Now the baby dragon floor is 40. The Genesis dragons have been pumping pretty nicely. Another sale today for 200 soul. So even with the market nuking, these guys have done really well. Big fan of the dragons. I love the geckos. I love their art. I think the team needs to step it up and make some changes. I have been working pretty hard the last 2 days regarding gecko stuff, talking to people, doing a lot of phone calls. So I am hoping and doing my best to give us a gecko revival. NFT art is so trash. To each their own, bro. Quantum traders, bullish. I bought quite a few of these. They're sitting around 7. I think the utility for them is interesting. As far as upcoming mints go, I'm whitelisting 30 plus projects in the next 3 to 6 weeks by being a dragon holder. Yeah, man, it's pretty impressive the amount of whitelist and things like that you can get for owning them. A lot of opportunity comes from it, and that's part of the value of the community. I'm trying to think of upcoming mints that I'm bullish on. Here, I got a good idea, actually. Also, shout out to Humphrey and BriptoQ and Jamie Boy. A few of us met up. It was a good time. What was I about to look up? Oh, yeah. Soft Money. Dude's an NFT wizard. And he posted a thread on like 13 projects on his radar. So that's worth checking out. He's worth a follow. And if you want to hear about upcoming stuff. Am I still going to continue in the cops game? I never even staked my cops. I wasn't able to mint any. I bought 10 robbers and 1 cop. And I think I've sold my 1 cop, and I have sold 7 of my robbers. So my biggest trade on the whole cop scam thing was buying loot when they first released it and then selling it all right before they minted. And so I kind of took my profit from that already. I don't really scalp much. I prefer higher time frame trading. I don't like to have to watch a trade all day. Yeah, it definitely is hard to keep on top of things when I hold a lot of NFTs and cryptocurrencies. I mean, it is a full-time job. I sold right before you were gonna? No way. I sold like 4 or 5 different times. I sold like 20% of it the afternoon before, 20% of it the night before, another 20% like the morning of the mint, and then maybe like the last 40% like a few hours before. Because the way I was looking at it was like, I can already take profit from this project before the mint, and like worst case scenario, what if they rug this entire thing? Like, I'd rather just get my money as well as a solid profit out of it, like loot 4 or 5x or something like that. So didn't put as much as I probably should have into it, but it was still a good win. Yeah, I mean, if you have high conviction, I have no problem with betting bigger on projects that you have high conviction with. That's me with the Dragons. I've bet big on them. I bid and won a legendary in an auction. I bought 5 more OTC a few weeks ago. So, do you ever get overwhelmed with all this stuff going on? 100%. It's tough. Lion cats, I think they look cool. I think they kind of give me Monkey Kingdom vibes. I bought 2 of them at 6 and sold them both at around 13. I know they pumped up to like 16. Like, I by no means sold the top. Or maybe they went up to even 18 or 20. I don't know how I feel about them long term. I don't have exposure to them anymore. It serves me well to sell into hype. How are you keeping track of NFT profits for tax? I use a software called Token Tax, and before taxes are due this year, they are implementing Solana, and basically you just give them your wallet address and they track everything and put everything together. But yeah, Token Tax was recommended to me by a few people, so I'm using that this year. I don't really get anxiety, but sometimes I'll kind of work a lot in a day and forget to do much else, like eat. Like the other day, I probably got up, went to my desk, and was at my desk / around the house / grabbing coffee for like 14, 15, 16 hours, and then just going to bed. Zeus is at the vet right now. He's actually getting neutered. If you hear a little bit of sadness in my voice, that's why. They're taking away my son's manhood. Is trading my full-time income? Yes. Trading / other stuff in crypto. I mean, if you consider like staking and NFTs and things like that all as trading, then yeah. But overarching crypto is yes. My dog was neutered last week. It's gonna be fine. You think does he look at you the same? He's never gonna trust me again. I'm just kidding. He probably has a short memory with that stuff. But it is sad. Did my lo-fi mix just run out? He literally had the biggest balls I've ever seen on a dog. He's still recovering from a lot of stuff since he was living on his own for a bit, but I'm not sure what's going to happen with the CPI stuff. But I hope Zeus still loves me after today. I don't know where to chart Jewel. That ain't right. I did always think... Can't be Trader Joe, right? It's not. I was thinking a retest of the like previous all-time high-ish region was gonna be a nice long opportunity. It didn't quite get there, but you get the idea. Like this general region didn't quite retest it, but that's a good spot. I clicked on that link without thinking twice. Maybe I should be more careful. If it ever loads. Oh, there we go. So yeah. Oh, maybe the wick did get down there. F. Did it really get down to 14? Oops. Well, yeah, that was some really clean price action then. Because, I mean, basically this structure was what I wanted to see get retested. It is safe. But yeah, I mean, Jewel looks good. I think Jewel is going to do well this year. Play Fortnite. My internet wasn't fast enough to stream it. I can stream it on Discord, though. Maybe sometime I'll do that. It's fun playing with other guys in crypto. Alright, I think that is pretty much it for me. So I guess in summary, and also I might record like a 10-minute video or something to try and do more YouTube content and get a more directed thing out there. But in summary, I am bullish. I expect upside. I don't think this is the time to short or sell your spot. I think that the time to do that was 2 months ago. These are coins I am more focused on, more bullish on, and you can see quite a few of them have bounced really well, and I'll continue to look for setups on them. I'm still bullish on Juno. I bought Butterfly this week. I'm still in Pocket, staking that in a validator node. I'm trying to think if there's any other plays I've taken that I'm bullish on for Q1. I think that's pretty much it. My voice is a slightly slower, more chilled version of Trader Main, and not as Canadian. Alright guys, that'll do it. Once again, shout out to Bybit, sponsors of the video. If you want to support the free streams, feel free to check out that link in the description. That basically lets them know that it's worth it to continue to sponsor these streams. I'll talk to you guys soon. I will upload this video to YouTube so that you can rewatch it more easily at whatever speed you'd like, and I'll post it in my Discord. Also, before I leave, let me throw a invite link in the chat. Thanks, Goldberg. I appreciate it. If you're not in the Discord yet, there's a link. Hope you guys have a good start to your week. We'll be streaming again on Tuesday. I'm gonna reach out to Adam, see if Thursday works for him, and I will try and finally convince Rexproof to hop on these. So appreciate you guys' support as always, and signing off. Peace.